Brother Intellect 9, right? Fact Power FM. The Intellect 9 movement, man. We never give up. If you're doing that inspirational hip hop, we want to talk to you, man. Give us a call. You can also hit us up on Fact Power FM. That's gmail.com. Be calm. Send us your music, your links to what you're doing. Give us the power to give you the power to be down with Fact Power FM. Peace. Fact Power FM, Brother Intellect 9, peace, what's going on? My brother, my cousin, Darryl Divine Finley. How you feeling, bro?
Peace to the family. I'm feeling great, man. It's good to be back with you, my brother. How you been?
Man, I've been absolutely great. These new segments, you know, we chopping it up with, you know, some excellent, intelligent entrepreneurs and people of inspiration. It's been an awesome journey, man. You know, today's guest is, you know, definitely a good brother that was highly recommended. He came with, you know, stars, man. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm gonna just go ahead. You know, Osa's not with us. She normally go ahead and do the intros, man. So y'all bear with me, man.
Absolutely. Shout out to the queen. She'll be coming in later, I heard. You know, just to let the folks know, we got this, we got Time Talkers, we got the
Word.
King's Table.
Word.
I mean, we've been busy. We've been at it, you know, just trying to bring the people the information they need, man. So go ahead and, you know, introduce this brother, powerful brother.
Yeah, without further ado, man, today's guest is a producer, author, teacher, and community activist. No other than Dr. Leon Moss, a.k.a. Hotep Tala Amun. Peace, brother. Good, man. Good to see you, man.
Absolutely. Peace, brother.
First and foremost, want to thank you for, you know, giving us some time, you know, and chopping it up with us, man. I hear you out in, you know, you're a traveling man, but I hear you out in Jersey now, you know what I'm saying? And we out in Jersey, you know, you got that Jersey look, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
That's that
You know,
love. That's that love.
You came highly recommended, man. We were advised that, you know, you had done some things for the Nuwaupian Nation many years ago. And so we definitely wanted to bring you in, man, and talk about some of those things. So, you know, for those who don't know, can you give us just a little synopsis of, you know, your contributions to the tribe?
Okay. Well, I came in 93. I came in 93, and you want the short version or the long version?
Man, go ahead and get. Yeah, go ahead.
It's an interesting story. Most people say I should write a book about it, which I wrote a couple books, but I didn't do my biography on it. But I came in and I got labeled as an assassin, someone who came to take out the master. That's how I got labeled.
Wait.
You didn't know that.
Wait. You saying when you came
you gotta expound on that, beloved.
When you came in as a so-called assassin.
Well, somebody named me that. I came in. I left. I was running for fire commissioner and mayor in Sicklerville, New Jersey at that time. I was really, really active in the community, and Baba, one of his tapes, "The Fallen Angels," came into my world, and it changed my life completely. I was married, just had a new baby, and the information just drew me because Pop was leaving from New York to go to Atlanta, and it just made me move. Everything, my house sold like without even me putting a sign up. Everything got disrupted. So I ended up going to Atlanta. I'm gonna make this long version a short version. I ended up going to Atlanta. My wife was scared. She thought I was joining the cult. I loved her dearly. Still love her to this day.
Yeah.
We have a son. Got 2 grandkids. I'm 61 years old. But I left her in 93, went to Georgia, came with a brother who was already in named Malik. He had a company called Jihad Communication. At that time, Pop was transitioning from Islamic Ansar Allah to Right Knowledge.
Right.
So we came down there with just jihad communication. I had black truck, long black trench coat, had a lot of money in my pocket because my house sold. Gave my wife half the money I had. I had half. So I went down there. I just was blessing everybody with, get me the books, get me this, get me that. I needed a piece. I got one of the brothers. He got me a piece. Next thing I know, I'm sitting in front of Pop on Tamaray. He's teaching. I'm in the lotus position. I've never been in that position for a long period of time. My legs started cramping up. Pop he was having a conversation talking about, people coming to get him, and if we allow him to be taken out, ain't nobody coming after him.
Right.
Um, he made a gesture like he moved his hand. At that very moment, I stood up, and everybody was like, "It must be him."
Oh
That
man.
I found that out later. So I went to
Wow.
the back,
Wow.
I stood up, and then it
Wow.
just one of the brothers who was really well known named Bodie, Maduti
Yeah.
Hotep.
Yeah.
Bodie, he born the exact same day as I, August 1st,
Mm.
9 years apart. He um he was the one who called Tamaray. He told me later that they made him call. All the brothers made him call. He said he couldn't figure out why they used him, why they was making him call, because he
Wow.
said he had a bad feeling about it. But he made the call. Tamaray called me and said, "You can't come back till we figure out who you are." And so
Wow.
for about a couple months, I couldn't go back to Tamaray. Next thing I know, to make a long story short, I wrote Pop. I was able to come back. I wrote him. I told him that I like his style. I like his flavor, his clothes. I said I'm about to make it. I met this chick. I'm about to make your clothes and I'm gonna sell it. I'm just gonna make everything I see and I'm gonna sell it. Pop
Yeah.
said, "Show me what you can do." So I sent him a couple pictures of what we can do, and he told me, "I want you to do the Nuwaupian Ball." That was the first annual
Mm.
19 Nuwaupian Ball, and he produced that whole thing, and he had me produce the fashion show. The
Wow.
sister Mona Mitchell, she was the designer, who he said reminded him of Mother Ninty at that time.
Mm.
So we put the show, we dropped the ship at the CNN. It was at the CNN
Yeah.
Center.
Oh
We
yeah.
dropped the spacecraft in that joint.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was banging. I didn't
Oh
even know
yeah.
it was going to be that bad,
Oh
that
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
But it put me on the map. It made me a household name in the nation, and so they called me the fashion man.
Mm.
So I produced that, and then I was producing events after that, and then eventually I got in trouble doing something, and Pop had to move me out the way, hide me a little bit. So
Hmm.
that's pretty much my intro into the nation, and it's been a interesting journey ever since. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Interesting journey.
I was excited when they told me that you had something to do with that ball, man, because I was there, and
Really?
it was incredible, man. And it being the first one,
Yeah.
nobody really knew what to expect. So,
Right.
that's
Right.
that's for one. And then, when y'all went in, I mean, we was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? And it's always good to see our culture, in that type of light. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It was a very powerful, good vibe.
Yes.
A great time, to
Yes.
be in. The attire. So, for the fashion show, did you design the attire, or how did
No.
that go?
Mona designed the whole thing. Pop told
Mona.
me all he
Okay.
said was I wanted to be spaced out. He told me, he
Yeah.
said, I want you to produce the fashion show and I want it to be spaced out. That's what
Right.
he told me. So
Right.
that was my idea to bring in the ship to
Yeah.
produce how it was going to be displayed. But it was all Mona Mitchell. She was like extremely creative.
Wow.
Pop was calling her. They became really good friends.
Hmm.
Pop, he was calling her every day saying he want all his women to look like her. And she
Yeah.
was like 15 years older than me. So she was like, and she actually worked for the government in Atlanta. She was like a
Okay.
secretary for judges. So
Right.
she was on a whole nother level than the Nuwaupians, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
She was just on a whole nother level. So the universe just put us together because she told me when she met me, she said, "You love Pop." She said, "I know you love him." She said, "You love him?" She said, "I'm gonna take you right into his house." That's what she told me,
Yeah.
and she did it. She did it
Yeah.
with those clothes. After that, Pop would, he would make jokes. He'd be like, "Slim, you got your squeeze. Y'all gonna do the show. Where's your squeeze at?" Because he
Yeah.
called me
Yeah.
Slim. He called me Slim. So it was just a very beautiful relationship between him, I, and Mona. and Bodie, because we was in charge of most of the entertainment during that time for about
Right.
2, 3 years
Mm.
uh, straight. We was doing the entertainment.
Brother,
And
I
the only
gotta I
why I
gotta
got
tell
taken
you,
up. Yeah, go
I
ahead.
got I gotta tell you that this is exclusive because I've never heard any of this. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying before. This is
yes.
exclusive information. You know what I mean?
It's a very it is part of the history because no up until that point at least Bodie because Bodie was real close to Pop,
Yeah,
very close.
yeah,
He was the make it happen man,
yeah.
and so that's what Pop called him, the make it happen man. So um, he was able to him and I was able to you know do a lot of entertainment for that period of time,
Right.
and it's a lot of it's created a lot of history during that particular point in time. Yeah, it
Yeah.
made me a well known name, and it really got me in a lot of trouble during that time. Got me in a lot of trouble just being a focal point for people to focus on. Yeah, yeah.
Mm. Now, when you say trouble, you mean within the community or outside of the community?
Within the community and outside, but within the community because people didn't understand. They were seeing me with brims and real elaborate clothes, so I looked like
Right.
money.
Right.
And so people thought I was very arrogant and
Mm.
boastful, and then Pop gave us permission to do a movie called Gold Diggers because he wrote a book called Gold Diggers, and he gave us permission to produce that movie. So
Mm.
we went on a mission to produce that movie, and the whole city of Atlanta, we had the whole city of Atlanta thinking we was these big time producers.
Yeah.
And Baba taught Bodie that he was he said his school was dynamo to take anything and blow it up big.
Mm.
So
Mm.
with that formula, with him, me, and Mel Sanders was a part of that. We used to call ourselves the Dr. York Triad.
Mm.
So anybody from that era, they know. They know.
Right.
So it was a lot of focus on us. And it
Yeah.
really, Pop said he never saw so much hate during that
Wow.
time. That's what he
Wow.
said. He said, they hating on you. And
Mm.
then, not just me, but just us, that crew.
Yeah.
And so it was a very interesting time in the nation. Uh,
I
it was
think I think it goes. I think anyone
mhm,
that is a part of you know the conversation or the actual participation in group economics, it does not remove the other elements that come with that, bro. So you're gonna have people that love you, people that dislike you,
mhm,
the same elements that you have anywhere else. You know what I'm saying? I think
absolutely.
that was one of the biggest misconceptions even within myself,
Hmm.
doing what I was doing musically and thinking that um I'm just gonna be loved. You know
Yes,
what I'm saying?
yes,
You got people that are just being who people are, and most of it that I realize is because they weren't involved in it. You
yes,
know what I'm
yes,
saying? It's not really a genuine hate. It's just like I wish I was involved in that. I could do that.
absolutely,
You know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
So and, it's a beautiful thing that you've actually responded in the way that you did, and present that ball because that ball set it off for like many years to follow. It was like
Absolutely.
top this. Who's gonna top this? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like we always refer back to that first ball. I still
Absolutely.
have pictures from that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
So,
yeah.
you know, and seeing the master teacher, and what he was dressed in was just like incredible, man. It's like
Yeah.
we looking at it like, wow, look at Pops, man. He's shining, man.
Yes.
You know. So were you living on the land, Tamaray?
No, I lived in Eatonton, but he
Okay.
wouldn't let me live on the land. I begged him to. He would never let me live there. I begged
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
You ever found out why?
Well, I know now he didn't want me involved in all that nonsense
Yeah.
because I wasn't that type of guy. I'd have been dead, or I'd have killed somebody, or somebody would have killed me. I'm not that kind of guy. He was protecting me the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he protected me the
Yeah.
whole time. Yeah. Like he
Yeah,
protected a lot of us.
you got some people that were built for living in the community, and some people who were built for living on the outside of the community. I know people that are big entertainers, man. Very
Mm,
successful, and he's they're students of his, and
yes,
I personally have saw situations where he's told them not to ever mention him because the moment they do, their career is going to go down.
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And so, a lot of people think that just because you are associated with the master teacher in one way or another, that it has to be like a highlight or a governor of your world. You know what I'm saying? And it's not the case. It's like, you just so happen to be involved with a master teacher, and and he's the governor of a tribe or a nation. You know what I'm saying? And you just playing your part.
That's it.
You doing your thing, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So up to date though, have you continued to produce?
Yes, I can't get out of it. Matter of fact, I didn't even know I was a producer. Pop, because Pop said I didn't know you was a producer. This is what he said.
Yeah.
And the way it happened for me is that he pointed that out for me, and then it
Hmm.
just stayed with me. Like even the clothes after Mona, after me and her split up, I met another sister. She started making the clothes. I moved here. I moved back to Atlanta. I was producing clothes there. Then when I got here, I was producing clothes here and doing shows, which I still do. I do shows here in Sicklerville, which EMOC performed at some of the shows, which y'all see on
Oh,
the video.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I see the link now. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I try to keep. I can't get away from it.
Yeah.
Just because I'm a community activist. So and I love. I think entertainment is the way to bring people together. Because
Absolutely.
and nothing to argue about. You know what I'm saying? Just have a
Absolutely.
good time. So, and I always try to teach through entertainment, some
Yeah.
kind of way, send a message, put somebody like E-Mako on stage. I tried to
Yeah.
get more of the family to get involved. I would like to see us everywhere, just so that the world can see us in a different light. Because I think that's how we really clear his name, by being an example of
Right.
what he raised. You
Right.
know,
Right.
yeah,
Right. That's facts. And
yeah,
again, when you move on that accord, that's where you get a lot of that, that fake hate. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Because they want a lot of people want you to have the same struggles and assignments that they have.
yes,
You know what I mean? And you said something key. The master teacher was known for, dealing with a person and tapping into their potential. You know what I'm
absolutely,
saying? He's done that with several of us. You know what I'm saying?
yes, yes,
And it just so happens that a lot of times, you know, the people that was the closest to him, he felt it relevant to have them right there. You know what I'm saying? And from what I've always seen, they're there to fulfill his immediate, regards. You know what I'm saying? Opposed to a brother like yourself and myself who was sent out on assignments, and he looked at your potential and said, "Man, do this." And even um, uh, uh, when he told you to show me what you got, I know that he already knew.
yeah.
You know
He's
what I'm
trying to bring
saying?
it out of me.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
yeah,
trying to
he already
let me
knew.
see. Yes, you're right.
You know what I'm
You're
saying?
absolutely right.
But he's a chess player, and he does things to make you think, something one way, but that's just to inspire you to go ahead and earn your position, so you know that okay, I'm doing this. You know what I mean?
That's right.
I've been given a shot, but I'm doing this. You
Yes,
know, a great man. For those who may not never have had the opportunity to walk with him, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you will have that opportunity. Even when he's released, I don't know if he would even, move the way that, the community once was. I can't even imagine that happening again. You know what
mm,
I'm saying? Because in our time, we have never seen anything like that. You know what I'm
yes,
saying? We've never seen anything like, the building and the making of Tamaray, Little Egypt of the
that's right.
West, and especially here in America. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? And so, you know, as far as you being a author, an
Mm.
author and a teacher, where does those inspirations come from?
Well, the author, getting those books out. I got two books. One called "Omni You" and one called Discovering Your Full Potential, or Discovering the Power Within You." Is It was inspired obviously from him and self discovery,
Mm.
finding, going inside. Everything that has ever happened to me forced me to go deeper inside. All the hate that I received from Tamaray, the rejection, I've been on Pop's good side, bad side. So, he's
Hmm.
humbled me in so many kind of ways. And
Yeah.
his wrath is, oh man,
Tell me about it.
you might if you know, you know. If you don't,
There it is. That's what I tell
you ain't
people.
ready for it. If you ain't ready for it,
Yeah.
hey. But my
Yeah.
father, my blood father, was a lot like Baba. In fact,
Mm.
one time he told me, just like your father used to tell you, this is my house and this is my money. You don't like it, you could get the F out. He told me that. Pop told me that
Yeah.
in front of everybody. And I literally shrunk in my seat of embarrassment and
Yeah.
everything,
Yeah, bro.
because I was running my mouth when I should have been quiet. But a
Yep.
lot of people, I've seen people that couldn't handle his wrath, and they
Hmm.
went out and slandered Pop. And I think
Yeah.
a lot of slander to this day, everything that's happened is because they couldn't handle the discipline of
Right.
our father, because
Right.
he was real, he was 100. He loved all of us equally, and if you needed correction, he was going to do it. And it did, and sometimes it did. Because we so strong, we so powerful, he was a real dad. He was like, he get in your stuff, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And he would tell you, you could get, if you ain't want to play it his way, you could leave.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so all of that was a part of the inspiration for doing the book. I really wanted to leave something for my son. I started out for I just wanted to put I wanted a website.
Mm.
That's what I thought I was doing. Then it turned into a book, because I wanted to leave something for my son when he get of age, because I left him when he was like maybe 4 or 5. It was like the sacrifice. It was like sacrificing my only begotten son. So all them stories that we read about, we lived those, and I literally lived that, sacrificing my only begotten son,
Yeah.
and my home, and just gave up everything to go in. And I wanted to leave him something, so it turned into a book. Teaching, I teach at the elementary schools around here in my district. Um, you know, that was just that the universe just made that happen,
Right.
to be an example to, because I remember I used to drive trucks, and I would say I really don't like driving trucks. That it was just me. I didn't like driving trucks. I
Yeah.
said my greatest attribute is love.
Mm.
I love immensely. I am love. I knew that. I've always known that, but I didn't know how to take that and package it. I didn't know how I was
Right.
going to live off of that.
Right.
And so eventually, when I came back here, I did in Atlanta. I did go to college, because I think I lost a job. I had to go and get unemployment. Then, and I'm ex-military too. I'm a Navy guy,
Oh, okay.
so they was paying for schooling. So I ended up like, what I'm gonna take? And the next thing I know, I'm taking early childhood education.
Mm.
And so I didn't even know what I was going to do with it, but I took it for like 2 years to get some money coming in, because the military was paying me a monthly stipend to go to school. So then
Right.
when I got here, I needed some work, and I went back to school, took some more classes on that. Next thing I know, I'm at the school that I went to elementary school at, teaching, loving on the kids. So I'm taking all that love and pouring it out, and the children are pouring it in, and we pouring it out on each other. So it's like a blessing. It's like a calling almost. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? That I found,
That's
just to
beautiful.
give back to my community, give back to the children, and to be filled by them. Because
Mm.
I don't know if you ever experienced, you know, being around children, because the children, they just want to be loved. You know what I mean?
Oh
And
yeah.
a lot of them are hurting and experiencing all kinds of things. So, when everything is stripped away, all identity and all ego and all selfishness and all that stuff is stripped away, only thing going to be left is love.
Right.
And that is my gift to, back into the universe. Not just my gift, but that's all of our gift. Those who are stripped down to pure essence of ourselves.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful, beloved. And you
Mhm.
know, we definitely need more structure around our youth and those that are growing up. Not just educational structure, but knowledge of self and of who they are, and
Absolutely.
the proper character building. Also,
Absolutely.
I just want to let you know, the Army Navy game is going on, which you already probably know. 7-7 is the score, beloved.
Is that right?
But I want to circle back, man, to the beginning days when you were producing the ball and all of the fashion. Did
Mm.
you understand business at that time? Did you copyright any of that stuff? Do you have ownership of any of the or the sisters that work with you? Does any of that stuff belong to you all in terms of copyright and things of that nature?
No. No, I
Okay.
didn't know anything about business. I didn't know who I was. I was discovering. Still, you know, I can't say I'm discovering now. I've arrived. But during that time, I was discovering who I was. Like, so I said, Pop said, I didn't know you was a producer. And I was like, I didn't know I was either. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
then when he gave me the credit on the video, he says, Dr. Leon Moss, producer. Like, you
Mm.
see his image and his name fade out, and then when it fades back in, you see Dr. Moss. That was a blessing. You know what I mean?
Right.
As a producer.
Right.
So now I've realized that producing, you can produce anything. You producing that this show that we on right now. You
Right.
produce a family. You produce, you know, children. You produce we're constantly producing. So no, I didn't have no business mine at all. Pop did put that in a package, and he paid Mona for it. He didn't pay me, but he paid the sister
Mm.
that I was with. And of
Right.
course, I don't know why he wouldn't do me directly like that. Probably was protecting me there too. But he paid Mona for that, and then he told me that we was going to perfect that show and take it on tour. That's what he told me. We was going to perfect it.
Wow.
So I'm still looking to do that. You know what I'm saying? But I think most of what Pop was giving me was again, just giving me an opportunity to know him and
Yeah.
him to he giving me an opportunity to know him and him a closer opportunity to help strip me down to nothing so that I can tap into everything, to all. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. That
Yeah.
the reason I asked that
Mm.
question is
Yeah.
because it's relevant to actually what you do now.
Yes.
Pop saw in you something that you didn't even see in yourself, and the
Yes.
evidence or what they call the fruit has already come to fruition, and it's because of that character building and that instilling in you that you now have a business that incorporates itself. You have all of those things just because of that background and that history. So that's why I asked
Yes.
that question.
Yeah.
So tell me about what you're doing now in Atlanta and in the surrounding areas in terms of production.
Okay. Well, I'm in New Jersey. I'm in Sicklerville, New Jersey. I'm a part of a nonprofit called the Village of Camden County. I'm a liaison a vice president of the Drug Alliance Committee here in Winslow Township. I was producing Family Day event, Juneteenth event. We had, just extremely active in producing events for the community. My business is OmniU. OmniU basically is just teaching about within you or as you, and so helping people like the brother was saying, discover, helping the children discover, and the adults are big children as well. They're just adult big children, helping them discover themselves and expand into this oneness that's playing as the many. So I my business, that's my business, and
Mm.
I don't this always throws people off. For a lot of people throw it off. I don't focus on money at all.
Mhm. Mhm.
I do the universe. I'm squared away. Money has just come to me, so I don't, because I've realized that I am abundance.
Right.
When you tap into the all you become. You don't. It's no more you. You are the darkness that produced the light. Again,
Mhm.
back to producing. You are the space that produced sound. So you are abundance. You are that. So once you really know that, it just comes. So I don't have to. Everything that I do around my business is to help people discover that. So I couldn't figure out how to. I used to fight with. Am I going to charge people for this?
Right.
And
Right.
then I got to. It was such a struggle in my mind. I had to let that thought go, and I just got to do this. I'm just giving this away.
Yeah.
So sometimes I sell some books. Uh, I make money so that I can do the nonprofit, so I could give away stuff. Like we got a trailer coming in that, and we put out 4 or 5 trailers full of supplies, and we give that away to the community.
Mm.
We got one coming in Saturday in Sicklerville, and we just give it away. So for me, it works for me to give this away, and I call it a business, but I give it away. Now I am working on Airbnbs and helping people find money, because that's a part of the
Mm.
package. If people are looking for some type of business, that's what I do. I help people find money so that they can invest in their dreams. I also offer opportunities like full hosting or co-hosting Airbnbs, and I can help facilitate that, and I can make income coming in that way as well. So that's a part of the package of Honor You, to help people mentally, spiritually, physically, and economically. But all that, just like I said, it just fell into my lap. Like I don't have to focus on that.
Yeah.
You know
That's
what I'm saying? I just
beautiful,
don't have to
beloved.
focus
That's
on
beautiful because
it.
I was having a conversation earlier today, and we were speaking about the fact that it's not always about monetization. If you doing what's right, um, the monetization and the monetary value will follow just because you doing the right thing, and
Yeah,
it's helping to enhance other people's lives. And you called it
that's right.
earlier when you said you are love.
Yes.
The fact
Yeah.
that you're working with children, beloved, all of those great things, my brother, are that is, you can't put a dollar value on that. So
Right.
I
Yeah.
wanted to just uh, tap in and let you know that you much appreciated, even if no
Mm.
one's telling you that to your face.
Mm-hmm.
Those
Yeah.
young men and women that you
Mm-hmm.
working with and them loving
Yes.
on you and you loving
Yeah.
back on them, you can't put a
Yes.
price on that.
Yeah.
It's no price, because it literally gives me reason. When you get bum rushed by, because children, they see through you. They
Oh
know
yeah.
you. They see you.
Yeah.
So when I'm like a rock star in school. I walk in the door and I get bum rushed by children. So
Yeah.
that's my payment.
Yeah.
That's my money. That's everything
Absolute,
for me.
absolute.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel you 1,000 on that, brother.
Yes.
I was like, man, I never been in a classroom setting with a bunch of children, but I remember, living in the community, and my partner, he was the teacher of the children, and they was like, it was kind of like, man, the love that they had for that brother, man, that when they see him, they just come rushing to him, bro.
Right.
And at the
Yeah.
time, Arabic was the top language, the first language. So
Mm,
they didn't know no English. So a lot of us couldn't
mm,
even talk to him unless you knew
mm.
Arabic. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? And they
Mm,
were very receptive to him, man, and to see
yes.
that joy and everything, man. Now, Osa Amore, she she's out on some engagements prior that she had already. She usually does this fun fact questions, but I did want to tap into that a little bit. You know what I'm saying, before we get out of here, man.
Okay.
If you don't mind playing this fun fact question and answer.
I I'll do my best.
You know.
I'll
Now,
do my best. Yes.
she would come out of the books and the doctrine. She would ask doctrine
Okay.
questions, but I'm just going to ask some stuff off the internet. Of course, I don't know these answers.
I
Daryl's
probably
in
don't either. I'm gonna put a disclaimer out there right now.
Yo,
I
Daryl is a pretty intelligent guy. He might
okay.
have our back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Okay. Well, yeah, we're
I
gonna need
I
that, because
I
Let me
always
see what I
call
can
him.
do.
I
Let me see what
always
we
call. I
can do.
call Daryl for everything, man. Like, yo,
Okay.
you know what I mean? All right. So
Go
the
ahead.
first question is, who was the first African American woman to travel to space?
I don't know.
Wow, that's a good question.
Yeah, I didn't know either. Shame on me. Dr. Mae Jemison.
Yeah, she was the first astronaut, right?
Yeah, the
I,
first
I
African
remember
American
that.
woman
When you
to
mention
travel to
it now,
space.
it kind of registers because I do remember seeing her name. She was light skinned, short hair, had on that red orange jumpsuit, and yeah, I
And it happened in 1992, which was a very powerful year for Nuwaupians. So that
nice.
that's what's up. So okay. Next question is, uh, who was the first? They on this woman thing. Who was the first black woman to win an Academy Award for Best Actress? I
I
definitely,
don't know.
I definitely would not know that.
I don't know.
We need
Would
a female to answer these
Yeah,
questions.
we definitely need a feminine, and
let me
she's
let
got
me
to
let me
be
see. But
she's got
anyway,
to be middle aged
let
too.
me see. What's the answer for this? Haiti McDaniel. I never heard of her.
Mm,
For
Yeah, I would
Gone
have
with.
never guessed
Oh,
that.
she was in Gone with the Wind. That's what that is.
nice,
Yeah, yeah,
nice.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I kind of figured it was Gone with the Wind would have been the movie, but I just couldn't remember any what her name was and all of that. So, all right,
Mm.
I did not pre-read these questions. It's pretty deep.
I'm
I just
glad
typed
they
in.
show up.
I just typed in fact fun questions for African Americans, and check this out. They're all related to women. Isn't that
Nice.
something? No, that's deep. You know what I'm saying? So this question, and it's gonna be yeah. So this question is, what famous uh abolitionist and activist was known as the Moses of her people for guiding enslaved people to freedom?
Oh, that was an easy
I
one.
think I know that one. That's easy.
Yeah,
I think
Harriet Tubman.
absolutely.
Absolutely. And again, that's just a funny thing to see that all of these questions are related to women. And I just pulled it off the internet. You know what I'm saying? When it talks about our culture, you know what I'm saying? It's good to see that you have a line of, women that have a strong, part of who we are.
Man,
You
without
know,
them, it'd be no us.
yeah,
So I'm all about. I'm aware how important that feminine energy is because we have it in us as well.
right,
That feminine energy, and a
right.
lot of men are
Absolutely.
afraid to tap into that. But to take care of these children, you have to be a nurturer.
That's right.
So to love you, that's that feminine energy, loving like that. That's that feminine energy. So I honor any women who is doing great things, and I'm Pop did too. Pop, that's
Oh
what
yeah,
Pop was
Absolutely.
about.
oh
That's
yeah,
Absolutely.
what he wrote. Gold Diggers. Gold Diggers was about women who knew the secrets
right.
and seduce very powerful men in order to take back control of the planet.
Mm,
That's what Gold Diggers was about. And
mm,
he said he was inspired by that while riding on the plane. That what inspired him. Just that reality that it's about the woman.
right.
It's
Absolutely.
about the women coming together. Because
Absolutely.
we
In the
we
early
most
Islamic
men we here to
teachings, it was
please
that
them.
the woman was
Yeah,
the cornerstone of civilization.
that's right.
Yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And
Into the feminine.
it aligns with what we practice today, which is the feminine. Like back in the day when you was putting everything together in the community, it was led by the masculine. I mean,
Yeah.
now it's straight. It's
Did,
daytime, man.
did you
You know
say
what
in the
I'm saying?
community it was the
Yeah,
masculine?
yeah. The
I,
masculine.
I, I would have to disagree with that.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah,
masculine definitely.
behind the scenes, it was the women was
Well,
running
that's
the nation.
that's a given. You know what I'm
Yeah, they
saying?
was running the nation because
That's
you
a given.
couldn't. Man, them women, they were the boss of the whole thing.
Right.
Pop put them in charge. The men thought they was in charge.
It still do though.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, true that.
Still do. You know. But
Yeah,
in regards to nature, you know what I'm saying, based
yeah,
on how the master teacher broke it down, you know what I'm saying, we you have a patriarch and a matriarch society, and
Yes.
Even though they both coexist, there's times when the matriarch is ruling and times when the patriarch is ruling.
That's
You know what
right.
I'm saying? And just by, being in, the sun cycle in this day and time,
Mm.
the feminine is ruling. And it didn't just start. It actually started, in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
90s brought in, the women to actually rule. You know what I'm saying? And that was the whole purpose of you seeing all of those women, doing what they was doing. You know what I
Mm.
mean? Trying to get them back in position. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And so you
Mm.
know, I want to just, give you a personal thank you, brother, for, acknowledging the master teacher in your life in regards to the way that you did, because a lot of times we talk to people and they were in the community living with us and having their own stories, but they have stories of horror to report. You
Mm.
know what I'm saying? And when I listen to the story, it's not a horrible story. It's just how they're telling it. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yes.
And when I look at those people, I see that they haven't even reached their potential in their lives.
Yes.
And so, it goes with saying that these people haven't had that DNA explosion,
Yes.
within themselves. So everything they see is pretty much, negative. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes.
And so I
Yes.
thank you for, continuing your journey and allowing your DNA to continue to explode and just recognize the moment of truth that you've had, alongside the master teacher, and not allow the congregation or the many, to push you away or make you see things in a bad light. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Before we get out of here, it's something I ask everybody. You know what I'm
There
saying?
you go. That's what I'm waiting for, beloved.
You know what
Let's
I'm
do
Thank
that.
saying?
Let's do that.
Ask everybody, man. There's been rumor that the master teacher chimes in on some internet, so if he was able to see this or hear this podcast, what could you possibly say to him in this moment if he was to be actually watching this?
you. Mum's the word. I would, if Pop was watching this, I think I've said it all. I mean, love, he already knows. It's love. It doesn't require words. It's in silence. We move in silence. We are him. We are Pop. Pop always said, I'm trying to get inside of you. And so you had to strip away all this identity, all these titles, so that you can receive Yanun, oh light, that pure green light. So Baba, I don't have to say nothing. He already know. He already know. So that's where I am. Mum's the word.
Mm, that's deep. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. That's on
Yeah.
point, brother.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's on
Absolutely.
point, man. That's
Yeah.
definitely on point.
And
Well, I want to.
I'm humbled by you guys. I really appreciate y'all allowing me to share. And I appreciate y'all for being who y'all are, because y'all, I can see it, I can hear it, I can feel it. Y'all have transitioned into that pure love, that pure light,
Oh
and
yeah,
so we thank you for what you do, and because we
that's
are one. And I bow to the Malachi and you, because when I see you, I see God. That's the
that's peace.
truth, and I know that.
That's peace.
I know that.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying, and he do too.
Yeah, yeah. That's peace,
Absolutely.
man. That's peace.
All
We
right.
we do our best. And it might
Yeah.
be a Jersey thing, like I said. You know what I mean? You know,
Something in the
you
water.
know, yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? It might be
All
Jersey
right.
thing, man. But thank you so much, brother.
All
We
right.
appreciate you,
Absolutely,
man.
beloved.
Yup.
Yes,
Man,
sir.
it's been a pleasure, brother. Welcome to the show anytime. Anytime you got something going on, that we can help with, you know how to reach us.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's what we're about,
Mhm.
finding facts and empowering people. So thanks again for
Nice.
coming on the show, beloved.
Very good.
absolutely, brother.
Thank you,
Until
family.
next time, man. We out of here. Fact Power FM. My brother, my cousin Daryl Devine Finley, man. That was an awesome interview, man. Uh,
Absolutely.
you
Powerful
know,
brother right there, brother
yeah.
Hotep, man. Good brother.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. We definitely got to bring him back because as long as he's producing, we need to actually chime in on some of that stuff and maybe
Yeah.
even pop up. You know what I mean, and help support that. You know what I mean. Good
Yeah. I
brother right
love the
there,
fact
man.
that he does it, that he, like you said, brother, that he gives homage to where he got his character from, who built him, and that it, whatever you're building something or creating something or producing something, it's going to be some pain, some scars, but the end result is what we really should pay attention to. And that brother's end result speaks for itself.
Man, I saw a grown man tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely,
That's a
beloved.
grown man
Absolutely.
right there, brother. You know what I mean? A
Absolutely.
lot of these jokers come on here, man, start talking all that, mommy daddy issues, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we had a grown man on the interview today, you know what I'm saying? So,
Absolutely.
many of you grown men and women are welcome to come on and chop it up with us. But if you need therapy, you know what I'm saying, we do have people that we can link you to for offline sessions,
For
seriously,
sure.
even though I laughed, but that's serious.
We
We
have the
will,
King's Table,
yeah,
where we have brothers on there that they actually are licensed therapists to deal with
facts.
black men issues specifically. So, we do have a lot, and there's a lot of information and knowledge in the community, the
Yeah,
Nuwaupian community, the Sabian
yeah.
community. There's brothers and sisters. Let's not forget the feminine. By the way,
Right.
sisters, we understand that balance. We get it.
And the brother he set the record straight though. He said, man, the
Absolutely.
brothers think they in charge,
That's right. That's right. We
you
get
know,
that balance. We
yeah,
understand, sisters, that it ain't just us, man. But what a beautiful interview, my brother. I'm,
yeah.
I'm glad to be back, in the studio with you and
Man,
continuing to grind and
you
continuing to
were
factor,
missed.
man.
You were
Powerful
missed.
stuff.
I'm sure you was missed when you saw all that moving around I was doing. Like, yo, man, had to get cuz back in here, man. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
man, I wasn't
But
going
yeah,
anywhere. I just needed, I had some other things going on that we needed to build on, and it took
yeah,
my attention. But you my soldier, my brother. My right hand, and you what my right hand possesses. You know what I'm saying? And that's never gonna change, beloved.
man, that's peace, brother. That's peace,
No
man.
doubt, no doubt.
You know how we do it, man. We out of here for now, man. Again, thank you, brother. Thank you, brother, for brother Hotep, man, for just being you, man.
For sure.
We definitely need to stay in touch. Please, reach out anytime you have any events going on. You know what I mean? We will support it. We will promote it. And we possibly can bring you back on if it's something that, you want to promote yourself on the podcast. So thank you again, man, for now. We are out of here. Fact Power FM, Brother Intellect
Peace,
9, my cousin, my brother, Darryl Divine family.
peace, peace, family. Stay up.
Thank you for tuning in to Fact Power FM. All participants involved with today's segment are strong supporters for the freedom of Dr. Malachi Z.York. 33 degrees over 720 degrees. We stand for the truth of one of the world's most dynamic authors, spiritual guides, and master teachers. None other than Yan and Yanin. Subscribe to our channel and get notified when our interviews post. Before you go, please comment, like, and share. Peace.